Is that what we're looking at? All right. It says the Hangout is live. I repeat, the Hangout is live. We are looking at Caliber Corner episode number 94. I have no idea if this is going to work or not, guys. You know, there's been a lot of problems with Hangouts lately. Looks like things are rocking over on the Gun Channel side, on the YouTube side. I think we're okay.
We are good.
Man, we're rocking out. This is good stuff. Hey, guys, welcome to the episode. We're going to keep it simple today. We're just going to talk about ammo. That's it. Best places to buy ammo, how to save money on ammo, where do we go, brands to stay away from, brands that we encourage people to buy. Maybe some of the places to pick up the ammo that you might not necessarily think where you can get some good deals. Just an ammo chat. We're getting into springtime, and as it slowly starts to warm up in places, people are out doing a lot more shooting, and you know, chances are you might be making some purchases. So if you guys know of any really good deals right now, you guys that are in the chats on the Gun Channel and YouTube side, feel free to go ahead and chime in. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and let the panel introduce themselves, give a little shout out to the people that are with us this morning, and then after this morning, oh my God, this evening, I'm still getting over the Saturday morning thing. I'm sorry, I apologize. And yeah, it's morning for some people, right? It's morning for probably vandals. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. On my left, we've got Mr. Jimenez, Adam Jimenez. How you doing, sir? What's up, bud?
I am doing great. Just was working on maps all day today because my little boy is sick, so he couldn't go to school until tomorrow. So it's great.
So if you guys aren't aware, Adam is our dungeon master, so to speak. So when we do the SHTF role-playing time over on Matt's channel, Adam is the man kind of running the show. And then, Adam, do you want to reveal anything else about what we were talking about this afternoon or not?
Yes. So I found a great freaking app thing, a great program. It's all web-based. It's a Roll20. Mm-hmm. If y'all do play D&D, like outside of just tabletop in person, go to Roll20. They have a whole lot of games that you can join in, and it's fucking awesome. So, you know, it's a good tool to use.
Cool, man. And it's going to allow us to control ourselves on the map so you don't have to move us around and say, where do we go? Where do we go?
Exactly. And anything, y'all can see the map on y'all's end better than what I show on Google Slides. So
yeah, I think it's going to definitely enhance things a little bit. It might even speed stuff up a little bit instead of trying to figure out where everybody's going to go. Squibby, hang in there. I sent you a link initially. I don't know what happened. You were in the list of all the 25 people I invited. So, Adam, any new content coming to the channel, or who do we need to shame right now that has not put out their 2A video?
So we need to shame Night Strike because he's not doing it. Matt said he was going to, but he hasn't done it yet.
Well, Matt's got stuff he had to do last night. Yeah. I was pretty. I mean, that he gets a hall pass on that. He gets an extra.
No,
day.
He doesn't. Screw that shit.
in my defense, I yell "shall not be infringed" all the time, and I actually believe in it. Unlike the assholes that make the joke "shall not be infringed," they're making it sound like they're anti-gun.
We do not say that. We say "shall be on midge."
Yeah, no, that's not what you say. That's not what you say.
I say don't urinate in the refrigerator, but, you know, whatever.
Again, if you want me to make a video where I sit down and dictate the Second Amendment to everyone and tell them what it means, I can.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much anything that you think that it means to you. That's the whole thing. So
gotta get it done, man.
Yeah, what I pretty much want is I want thousands of videos to be screaming on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, whatever it is y'all want to put it out, what it means to y'all. Because eventually somebody's going to come across it and be like, you know what, that is true.
There you go. One of us is going to get rid of one of these people, and before you know it, they're going to be on our side.
Yep. And then pretty much everybody in the grassroots. Yeah. And then everybody in your YouTube chat and Gun Channels chat, I'm calling them out too because I haven't seen anybody from them.
For shame. How much time did you wait last night at McDonald's to get that Big Mac? 6.5, 7 minutes. How long does it take to make a YouTube video on this? 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Pretty much.
Just saying. Well, all right, we got to keep things rolling here.
Camera.
E-Honda in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Yo, what's going on, man? I did do my Adam Jimenez response video, and I actually was one of the first ones to post it. So there, you lazy people.
I got mine out. I got mine done too. I started seeing it popping up. It's like, I got to go do this right now. I even did it on Mother's Day. All right, I snuck out in the garage and recorded.
Oh, your poor mom, man.
Much to people ripping on me, saying, "Oh, he's been kicked out of the house. He's got to do his videos in the garage." No, the stuff people come up with, man. I swear to God. No, I was just trying to sneak away for 5 minutes. I could get a YouTube video in. So,
He was totally kicked out.
So on the subject of ammo, I do have a ammo buying video on my channel that I just posted in the side chat and on the YouTube side. If anyone wants to check that out,
we'll push that over on the gun channel side and also on the YouTube side here in just a minute, and we'll let people go check that out. So yeah, good deal.
Thanks, man.
Cool. Foos, the Foos is loose. What's new, Foos? What do you know, man?
Not much. I'm about to go burn some ammo. So it's about 90 degrees here in Arkansas, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. Shoot a new gun.
Heck yeah! What's the new gun you're breaking in? What do you got?
Glock
what'd you get?
34 MOS, and I have a Vortex Venom sitting on top.
Did you say Glock?
Yeah.
What? I'm confused. You're CZ born and bred. What?
Yeah.
What? No, Foos. Come on. Why would you do that?
Because this happened to my carry optic gun.
Oh.
This slide.
Oh.
Yeah, this lug is supposed to sit right about there.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit! What happened?
Why did it break?
Well, all this is milled. So in USPSA, carry optics gun has to weigh 45 ounces or less, with an empty magazine and optic and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to remove weight and slides to make weight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all this is usually filled in, and to remove weight, the person removed a bunch of material right there, as you could see.
Seems like they removed too much.
They did. And I bought it used knowing it was a hack job, but I was just going to play with it for, a year or whatever to see if I liked the division. And about 500 rounds into it, that broke.
Yeah.
So, what was that from? A Shadow 2?
Shadow 2, yeah.
Does CZ have a life, whatever, warranty?
Not if it's been cut up like this.
So,
so for me to get a new slide cut properly and everything, it's about $1,000 without a barrel and without the fitting of the barrel and anything like that. So it cost about $1,200 for a new barrel and all that crap. And then
all right,
get an optic mounted on it and crap like that. So I said screw it and went out and bought a Gen 4 Glock. So.
Well, hey man, to bring it back here, since we're on the topic of ammo, do you have ammo for sale, and how do people get a hold of you if they'd like to purchase some?
Yes, I still have ammo for sale. Sportshootersammunition@gmail.com, or you could hit me up on Facebook, Craig Oakenfoos, or Sports Shooters Ammunition. So yeah, it's $190 because tax bill came in and it was a little higher than I thought. So it's $190 actually $200 1,000 shipped. Sorry, $200 1,000 plus shipping. Sorry, shippings are usually about $30 bucks. So $230-ish shit. It's not bad.
125 grain brass. You're not getting,
Right.
You're not getting 115 grain. You're getting a much heavier round, which is nice. Yeah.
Real soft shooting.
Yeah,
if you meet
it
me,
is.
It's cheaper. So. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool. All right. Well, hey, we'll let you get you said you're heading out to the range then?
Yeah, I'll drive with
Cool.
you.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, take us along. All right, man. Moving down the line up here.
Sure, I have everything because last time I went there, I forgot ammo. So
Wow. The
That's
irony
kind
of
of
that.
important.
yeah,
You have like 5,000 rounds just in the back of the pickup on standby, ready to go.
Well, there's about a crap. It's dark in here. Hold on.
So, Foz, can you ship to the commie states of the United States of America, like California and New York and all that stuff?
California, I would have to ship to your FFL. All the other states, I guess I could ship to you. I would have to check laws, but there's, I don't know, 1,000. There's about 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. So.
You do not have enough.
Another 1,000.
Nope, not enough.
Oh, wait.
Never enough ammo.
There's 2 more 1,000, or 3 more 1,000. So. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I
There we go.
shoot a little bit.
Just a little bit, just a few, couple hundred rounds here and there, right?
Today,
All right.
Today, I'll probably end up shooting 500-ish, something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And during the summer, I'll do that about twice a week.
Wow.
No
Like,
wonder
it's
you're
pretty
doing
expensive, man.
So for me, it does. But for me, with reloading and everything, it comes out for me to reload my own stuff about 12 cents a round. So 1,000 rounds is 120. So
Yeah. Gotcha, man. All right. Well, hey, we'll let you get going there. We'll continue on down the line here with the intros, and you check in with us in a little bit, man.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. David Bowling, the Kingpin, with us this evening. David Bowling, what's new in your world, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. Same old same. Glad to be a part of the conversation.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Hey, Foos, I'm going to mute you for just a little bit here while you're pulling the truck out and stuff. So, all right, man. So, Kingpin, tell us something real quick. What's coming up on the channel, man? What you got next in the works?
I've got the Hero Maxim Inventors playing card review, and then or video, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And then sometime this week I'll have a couple pistol reviews.
Cool. Sweet, man. All right. Well, guys, make sure and also everybody out there, just make sure you subscribe to those people on the panel here. They've got great content, so do check their channels out. All right. The man who probably doesn't need an introduction by this point, but anyway, we're just going to, the man, the myth, the legend, Night Strike. Night Strike's with us. Night Strike, what's going on, man?
Shall not be infringed.
That's it. That's all we need to know. So, Night Strike, you've got a little program that you do on Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
That you've ditched twice already.
Twice in the last 12 months.
All right. I'll give you
That's
that.
not bad. Remember, I've been with you for almost 3 years now. You're my second longest relationship.
Yeah. You are becoming more of a permanent.
Wait. Second longest. Your wife in your hand. I thought he would be his third.
Oh my God,
Oh,
dude!
wow.
Oh,
But
jeez!
folks, we're trying to keep
sorry,
this
sorry.
PG.
Friendly.
Oh, now I'm trying to leave your sister out of this
sorry,
one.
guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Wow.
So does that make four then?
Let's get back to hit or miss. What's hit or miss all about, Night Strike? For those that might not follow the show.
Hit or miss is where we debunk anti-gun rhetoric. We, inform everyone about laws and gun news that happens, during the week and whatnot. And we even just talk about guns. Sometimes we just sit around talking about firearms. Imagine that.
It's good stuff. It's something that anybody can relate to. I mean, it's really good stuff. So there you go.
Sometimes G-Webs jumps in and mansplains us things because he has to.
And that's okay, man. That's just his style. So, yes, I do want to let everybody know my absence. I had a vehicle that I had to sell, and the buyer showed up about 10 minutes before we went live for hit or miss, and so that was the reason why I wasn't able to be there. It took over an hour to do what we needed to do to get the sale done. So
he was really missed.
I apologize. It shouldn't happen again anytime soon. So,
question, Night Strike, did you say G-Webs comes in to hand-splain stuff to you?
No.
Mansplain.
Again with the hand, man. He's obsessed.
Foos, are you like in withdrawal or something?
I don't know. All right, he's been waiting patiently.
But
we still got to go back to AWAG. So, Squid,
but hold on. Let me finish, all right?
Don't
But everyone, check out Hit or Miss every Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock on the Night Strike 1 channel on YouTube.
It's 8 o'clock Central Time for those of us that live in civilization, out of the flood zones. So, okay. All right. So, I guess we're really not in Nebraska anymore. Nobody's clear. Okay. Squibby, what's new in your world, brother? What's going on, man?
I was wondering where my link was, but now I'm regretting getting it.
Oh, you love us.
This is turning into the next edition of Hit or Miss, I guess. I don't know. It's we try to stay focused and then just hands pop up everywhere. So.
Nope, out the window.
So Squib, what's new on the channel? What can one expect to find? What do you got coming up on the channel these days? What are you working on?
I've got some speaking squibbish that are on standby, and I've got a few. I recorded one yesterday. Thanks to Kingpin, he gave me some inspiration. I just got to find some B-roll to match it to. And I don't know. This morning I released a 20-second locomotive video. And after this is over, I'm gonna release another closer video I said another closer video.
Where's the toilet sound?
Hey,
My goodness.
I couldn't get
I'm
off
a little
mute,
slow, Squib. I've been up for quite a while, man. My apologies.
but
I mean,
my
I figured
whoosh-
between you and Night Strike, I'd either get the sound effect or I'd get the sound.
I don't really get into the whole closer dumpster fire toilet
Bawoosh.
rivalry. I'm just kind of the guy off to the
Hey,
side.
I said it on Obnoxious Ones chat that I'm retired from doing it. So I'm retired from doing that.
There you go. There you go. Oh man. All right. So I guess then we're back to me. So AWAG joined in. I saw you pop in here a couple minutes ago. AWAG, what's going on? What's new in your world, man?
Well, I got a new job. I'm making the mad stacks now, which is great.
Good.
But it's a shame because
back in Jersey or what?
yeah, I'm still in New Jersey. Only for a little bit because with this job, I'm actually making enough that probably within maybe 2 years I could buy a house out in South Carolina.
Sweet, dude. Heck yeah.
So, other than
Probably
that-
sooner than that because of South Carolina prices.
I'm trying here. I mean, it's
Come on,
definitely-
man. We got Nightwag and Gunworks. You've seen the compound.
He's
It's
still
ready.
young. Give him a couple years, and then he'll move on down there, and he'll get old and get serious, and then get
Then
going
he-
on.
So,
Then he'll keep coming to
Life
Texas.
a more short-term project I'm doing is I actually went to a gun show and I bought a stripped lower receiver for a Gen 3 Glock G19.
Ah,
So I had that transferred to my FFL, and then I got a permit for it a week ago, and so now it's in my possession now.
Cool.
Right now, I'm just waiting on a permit to actually, transfer over another one of my parents' guns because I offered to buy another Glock off my mom that she had. So I'm getting Glocks left and right. But if you guys have Gen 3 G19 parts, hit me up on Instagram at awag1000. Show me a picture of what you got, and I'll probably send some money your way.
So
you
So
said
you-
picture of body parts? Oh no, G19 parts. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
body parts.
Like
So anyway,
slide
you have to
barrel.
have a permit for a strip lower in New
It's
Jersey?
it's the receiver itself. So
It's
it
considered
is.
the firearm.
So,
Okay, I got you. I thought it was the strip lower. I'm like, what the?
Well, a strip lower would be the part with the serial number. So yeah, you would.
Yeah, that would still be considered the firearm, whether it's got a trigger pack in it. But on some guns, like the P320s, right?
Yeah,
the-
this one
strip
didn't
pack
come
is
with
the-
anything.
Right.
It's just the stripped.
Hey, real quick,
does
guys.
the Gen 3s have the back straps?
No,
No,
Does the Gen 3s have the back straps on them?
of course.
no.
No, damn it. Okay.
And it depends on the
Well,
model.
because
of course,
I-
not
I-
every store does.
Because I have Gen 3 back straps for a G19. I was going to send to you. But if yours lowered, can't accept them, never mind.
Real quick, guys, joining in on the gun channel side over there, we got G-Webs over there. We got David over there also. Okay, and then over here on the YouTube side, joining in, we'll give a little shout out to Jason Stewart, Calaveras 32 Special, Southpaw RX in the house. Rich Parth is with us. Political Ben 83's in the house. Squib's out there, but Squib's with us. Tacos and French fries. Heck yeah, man! I think I need to do a tabletop review of tacos and French fries. The food, not the YouTuber. Kingpin's with us also. Blue Steel 44. Adam Jimenez is out there in here. Drucifer. Matt Sexy in the house. Black Cat Outdoors. Scott P79. Let's see anybody else joining in here. Calaveras 32 Special out there, and E-Rock's joining in with us too. Looks like it's about it. Two Live Moves with us also. Welcome, guys. Ryan Brown's here too, and Captain Polly's in the house. Vanessa Kitty just joined in here a little bit ago. SS Pond's with us. Hello, Stan. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Ricky Bobby just joined in too. All right, good stuff. So the reason why I chose this topic is I'm not going to make every single thing a buyer's guide, okay? But we're going to cover the whole spectrum of a particular item or product. Like with the 1911, we talked all about the different series and brands and price points and experiences we've had with them and so on. So if you're looking for that kind of a product, we're going to hopefully give you lots of good information that you can use. So the goal from tonight is, in terms of ammo, we're going into springtime. And I already saw a few people make a comment over on the YouTube side. I saw Matt Sexy make a comment. When you order your ammo online, In some states, you got to go through a dealer. You got to go through a background check. There's extra fees involved in it. So a lot of people just buy locally, or they still have to do the background check. Everybody kind of has a different situation. And again, I have nothing against reloading, but I didn't really want to make this into a reloading supplies chat because we've had those chats before. But one thing we really haven't talked about either is black powder rifle supplies. We really haven't covered good places to go to find good deals on that. Is it just a Walmart thing? Is it a Cabela's thing? Where do you guys go when you want to get those supplies? So talking about ammo, we're going to throw this out here. Ammo in general, let's save the black powder for just a little bit later. Just ammo in general, where do you guys go? What are some of the best places that have the best prices? You can name chains if you want, stores, websites. What works for you guys?
So
I always buy in bulk, so I always go to SG Ammo. They seem to be at or relatively close to the bottom price on everything.
Okay.
And if I buy something today, well, maybe not today, but I mean, if I buy something on a Wednesday, it is on my porch on a Friday. So
I've heard SG Ammo. I think I've gone through SG Ammo one time. I needed to get a couple boxes of some 6.5 that I couldn't get anywhere else without local. And for me, I have to do an 80-mile round trip to get to Cabela's. So,
and something I like about SG Ammo is they carry 11 millimeter Mauser, 8 millimeter, 7 millimeter, 7.26 50 by 54, 7.5 Moss, 7.5 French. 7.5 Swiss. They carry a lot of these. I wouldn't call oddball calibers, but calibers you won't find in sports. They'll carry 30, 32, 38, 9 Mac, 9 millimeter, 38 Super, 38 Special. They carry a lot of that stuff, and they carry both brass and steel case stuff. So if you want to, buy 1,000 brass, and I wonder how my gun will run steel case, toss in another 50 pack of steel case, and you're not adding really anything for shipping. So just
chime in. Go ahead, guys. Or you know what? Hey, let's run this down the wire so everybody gets a chance to tell us where they go in general, because we're all in different states, we're all in different regions. What one person does, the other person might not be able to. So Squib, we'll start with you this time. Where do you typically just buy your new manufacturer ammunition when you need to buy it? Where do you go? Or reloaded ammunition? Where do you go, Squib?
Most of the time I go online. It's not that there's none in the area, but I can get a better variety for a better price, even with shipping, and I can buy everything at once. I can buy reload supplies, new ammunition, and black powder stuff all in the same shopping cart. And sometimes they have free hazmat and stuff like that. So, that's not to say that I won't run down to the local Bass Pro or something if I need something in a hurry, but they're going to have some of the more big box items. I guess you could say, they're not going to have something uncommon or something specialty. My local FFL keeps most defensive handgun ammo on the shelf. So if you just need a quick box of something in some of the more common calibers, that's like a hollow point or something like that, they'll have it. But I stay away from Walmart. I know you could say, well, Bass Pro Shop's pretty much like a department store. It is. I buy other stuff there too. So I can pick up ammo, reload supplies, dog treats, and clothes all in the same shopping trip.
Yeah.
But I typically stay away from Walmart, and there's so many FFLs in this area. I'm sure I could probably go store to store to store to store until I found something, but I just prefer just one-stop shopping online. There's never a situation where I'm there going, man, I got to have this, and I got to have this today or tomorrow. So I suppose if you had to have something right away, you were going to take a class or something was going on and you needed it right away, buying local is pretty much your only choice. Yeah. But I kind of plan the stuff out, and I prefer to go to a source where I can get more than just ammo. If I parts, mags, cleaning supplies, targets, whatever, and just throw it on the order, because you throw a couple more things on the order, the shipping cost goes up like $1 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All
so
right.
if I wanted a one-stop shopping primarily focused on ammo and reloading, Graf and Sons.
Oh, yeah, we had talked about that before, too. Yeah. In a lot of these places, I don't know about you guys, Squib, but not every place in Nebraska is, it's picking up more now, but we used to not get charged sales tax at all for internet purchases. And so that was a nice thing, too. If you're buying in bulk, you could save $10, $15, $20, and get free shipping at 24. You save gas and time, So, do you guys have the automatic sales tax on all internet purchases? Or
Yeah,
not?
Michigan did that a couple of years ago, and people were trying to get around it by like buying cigarettes and having them shipped from out of state, stuff like that, and it worked for a while. And because there's things with additional taxes on them, but we've got the tax is automatic on that. Sorry about the wind noise. I'm on the roof. The tax is automatic on that, but I don't like paying shipping. It's kind of like paying for parking or paying tolls. I don't like those either, right? So if somebody has a special and it's free shipping on an order that's over $50 or $100 or $150 or something like that, then that's incentive for me to go ahead and do my shopping. When I'm on Amazon, I don't have Amazon Prime, and I almost always select the free shipping option. There's nothing I need that fast, and even then, I select free shipping. I have it in 3 days. So, there are some vendors out there that will not ship for weeks after you order. Optics Planet is one. Classic Firearms is another. Your wait on Optics Planet is about 3 weeks. Classic is about 2. They've got it there. They've got a staff, but they back up with the orders or whatever it is. So
kind of depends on the time of year. If it's a heavy buying season, because my guns from Classic has always shown up within like 7 days or something. So
yeah, I've never had a Classic order ever take less than 2 weeks.
Boys, real quick.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you guys are further away than me, so I don't know how that is. But whatever. Maybe Ben just don't like me. That's all right. I told him what I thought of him. With some of that, if you're in a hurry, buying online isn't an option. But I would recommend that if you're not in a hurry, buy as much stuff as you can to offset the shipping costs. And even if that means you got to save up for a little bit. I've saved up for a month or two so that I had more money so I could make a bigger purchase. I have had one issue where I had freight damage on a reload supply shipment from Midway, and I did contact them, and they did make it right. But for the most part, even when I've had, say, primer and powders packed in there, stuff like that, all that bulky weight, it's usually, it shows up in one piece. Every now and then you're going to have, it's going to happen in transit. It's not going to happen where they packed it or how they packed it. It's going to be because it went from ramp to truck to conveyor to truck to ramp to, so there is always a chance of that. But as far as the only one I've ever had something burst open was a Midway shipment, and they did make it right. So.
Okay. Hey, Nice Rick, I'm going to hand this off to you. I need you to run this for just a minute. I've got an important phone call I have to make. My old man got hurt at work yesterday, so I got to call him real quick. He's going to tell me what happened to him. So Nice Rick, I'm going to have you chat about your ammo for a little bit. I'll just be about a minute, okay, guys?
No.
Got to run it, guys. Nice Rick, you ready to go?
Nope,
I'm not leaving. I just want to have somebody. Okay,
I'll
talk about my
tag team wrestling.
This is tag team podcasting. You guys,
let me go. I'm anxious. I want to
do it. Give me. I'll just be a minute. I think he doesn't realize that I'm live right now, so I'll be back, guys.
So, unlike a lot of you guys, when you spend a whole bunch of money and get a huge order all at once, I'm not always able to do that. So, what I like to do, and what I'm not telling you guys anything you probably don't already know, Palmetto State Armory does free shipping on, if you buy like 10 cases of 20 or 3 of the 120 round boxes, they'll do free shipping. So you can do a smaller order at one time and then not have to pay the shipping on, like all of it, right? So you pay free shipping for it because right now they're doing a Memorial Day sale. So there's all kinds of stuff on there. If you're not looking to spend $1,000 on ammo, you just want to spend a couple of hundred, there are deals out there like that. And other than that, if I want to buy locally, there's this place called Triple J Armory right down the street. And they do remanufactured brass, 9mm, 223, like basically everything I shoot. So if I need something today, or if I'm like going up to the mountains to go shooting here in Colorado, I'll stop by Triple J and pick up whatever I can afford or whatever. Because I do like to give some business to the local guy, because otherwise there won't be a local guy. But yeah, that's all I got.
Nice.
Now with the Palmetto State, I got 2 questions for you. Have you noticed that when you go on their site, they've got their advertised specials and they look really good, but then when you go look, it's out of stock a lot?
No, I mean, usually it's pretty upfront when you click on something that, like there's other places that I've looked before, like Lambo's Armory. is another online site that I bought stuff from before. And like searching for stuff on there is like, I don't know. They need like a web host or something to help out. Like,
Yeah, Brownells does too.
Yeah, it's a real big mess. But when you go to Palmetto, like it seems like that, like I'm looking for 7mm Remington, okay, there's 16 options for that. How about 300 Win Mag? Oh, there's 34 of those.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like when you get an email that says that there's a special this week and you're like, ooh, that's a good price. And you go click on it and it's out of stock. That's the problem I've had with Palmetto State Armory. I bought from them before, but I would have spent more of my hard-earned money with them if they could just keep the items in stock. What's funny is if you go into the store, it's entirely different. I mean, there's just ammo for days at their store. But I guess the store and the warehouse are kind of different. So,
yeah. I mean, I know that sometimes they'll have such a good deal on a specific item that they'll sell out of it quick because there's so many people out there who shop there. So if you get an email about like a Heritage Rough Rider, $99 free shipping, jump on it because it'll be gone. I mean, if you want one anyway. But yeah, I've noticed that too when they have something that's really prime or a really good deal on something that they do tend to sell out. But I think that's more of a factor of the volume of emails they send out, the volume of customers that they potentially have.
Now, do you have any calibers that force you to buy online? Because locally, they're just not going to have it. For example, 7.62 by 25mm Tokarev.
The only one that I have is 54R. You can find it locally, but sometimes you can't. I mean, I've got 308, 12 gauge, 9mm, 45, 7.62 by 39, 223, 5.56. I think that's it. Oh, 357, 38.
Okay.
Yeah,
all of those are fairly common calibers.
Yeah. And that's kind of the way, that's my philosophy about it is common calibers tend to cost less. And if you're getting into boutique calibers, you're going to spend a lot more to shoot your gun. I mean, there's ways around that, obviously, and you can find little deals. If you have like 7.62 Tokarev, there's sometimes like you can buy a whole bunch of 7.62 Tokarev and get it for cheap, but it's kind of, you're negated to doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and when I do something like that, then it's like, well, I'm already here. I might as well throw on a box of this or a box of that or something. So, but I will say this, though. Online, if you're looking for something specific, seems to be the way to go. I still haven't gone to a gun store that's just got everything like an online distributor does. I've gone to some pretty big ones, some really nice ones. And the very first place I head for is a reload section, of course. But when they've got a lot of variety and a lot of stock on ammo, for me that says a lot because they're catering to their customers when they do that. So, if you're lucky enough to have all that near you, that's a good thing.
Well, the gun store that I usually use has everything, but like I said, like I don't really have anything uncommon, but that's the reason why. I mean, I don't want to get into a caliber that's going to make it so it's, I'm not able to shoot it because it costs too much. I mean, the 308's almost there already,
Something that was suggested in the on the side. I was this earlier today and I forgot to do so. Guys, if you're kind of new to buying ammo online and you can buy ammo online, favorite website to go to? Did you guys mention AmmoSeek at all?
I didn't because it's one where you go and it just redirects you to another site. I'd just soon go onto a site and they've got it.
Well,
it kind of sucks
because of the cost per round. Because you start with the lowest cost per round and then you can work your way up the ladder.
Okay, if you're going for one caliber, yes. Yeah. If you're going to be buying 15 different calibers, that's me with my hand in the air. Then it doesn't help. Yeah.
Like when I was looking for 300 black, I was like, okay, who can beat Walmart's price? And I'll look around, and unfortunately, they don't tell you what They have kind of a little icon they use for shipping, but it doesn't always match what's going on with the website. Because sometimes, like, it'll say, "Oh, this place is low shipping," and you grab 2 boxes, and it's like $22.50 for shipping. It's like, oh my god, really? Mm-hmm. So unless I'm absolutely desperate, I won't buy. I've had situations where I've had to buy just like 3 or 4 boxes of a certain caliber because it was middle of winter. I couldn't get anywhere to get this ammo anywhere else. Cabela's didn't have it. For me, it's a pain to have to do that. So yeah, and I've ordered from I did order from Target Sports USA, and it's funny. I posted a video about that, how I ordered from them, and my order took like 2 months to show up. They kept saying it was ready to go. It was ready to go. Oh yeah, we're gonna get. And then like my invoice got stashed somewhere, and they totally missed my order. And they're like, oh yeah, once we get it back in, we're gonna ship. I'm like, you told me it was in ship and ready to go. It was in stock and ready to go. They were very polite. They were great when I talked to them on the phone, but then all these other people make comments in the video saying, "Oh, Target Sports USA is just awesome. I order from them all the time." So I want to give them another chance because they've got some of the lowest prices anywhere. I mean, they're hands down. I mean, they out. You know, when you're looking at 1,000 rounds of, you want some 5.56 or 223 or 7.62 by 39, they're just amazing. You know, the other thing I will say is you really do need to look around because I had posted my prices on, say, the last case of Wolf 7.62 by 39 that I bought. And then, like, you know, I post that video, and then a couple of days later, someone's like, "Oh yeah, I got it for $40 less." You know, so that's kind of why I like Ammo Seek, because you can really hunt down the least expensive places, and then look at the cost of the shipping, figure that up, you know, cost per round. I think there's apps out there that you can get where you punch in the ammo you're looking for, the price you're paying for a box, and it will tell you. I mean, it's just simple division, but it does tell you this is what you're paying per round. You know, and then you got to figure in your sales tax and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys were talking about PSA earlier. I kind of heard you mention the PSA when I was talking to the old man. What'd you say, Honda, about PSA? Oh, he said BRB. Okay, well, guys, what did he say about Palmetto State Armory?
That he likes going. Pretty much that he likes going to that site because he'll find what he needs there.
Yeah, they do a ton of, the cases. Like, they've had really good deals on the 55 grain. I did see that Stan over there at SS Pawn had said that, you know, you want to get your ammo now because it's cheap. The closer you get to the election time, you're going to start to see the prices start to creep up. You're going to see the demand start to creep up. You're going to start to see stuff selling out quicker.
Yeah, he's right.
And just looking at the rifles, I can tell that lower receivers, like post-election, like AR-15 stripped lowers, they were $29.99, $39.99 for the longest time, and now they're $49.99 unless they're on sale. I mean, they were just a normal price. I mean, some of that stuff was just dirt cheap ammo, and I'm starting to see the prices creep up. Even like the complete uppers and stuff like that, it seems like they're starting to kind of creep up a little bit too. So now is basically the time to get ammo. And for somebody who might be new to this show, they always make a big deal about this on the news. Oh, the guy had an ammo stash of 1,000 rounds of 5.56, 1,000 rounds of 9mm. And I have to explain to people a lot because I'll talk about going shooting and, oh, yeah, I got another case of ammo today. You know, I'll explain to them, when you go to the range, you go for, it's not something a lot of people can do daily. A lot of people, maybe it's a once a month thing, once a week thing. You're going to take a couple hundred rounds. And I'm like, hey, you know, it's cheaper to buy in bulk. And I'll tell them, I'll say, do you go to Costco? Do you go to Sam's? Well, yeah. Okay, you buy 50 rolls of toilet paper at a time, right? Well, yeah. How many people are in the house? Well, it's me. Why? Well, it's cheaper per roll. Okay, there you go. I'm like, you're just doing it to save time, gas, money, you know.
So you gotta think about it. This, earlier, whenever I showed, you know, ammo around my house, I probably showed, 15,000 rounds. That's just, you know, that's just for me, my consumption. And that'll be gone probably in by the end of the summer easily.
Yeah, and if you take your family, I mean, they just, Travis, you saw how my kid was just eating 222 long rifle. I couldn't load the mags fast enough.
You burned a brick in about 45 minutes. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, when all of us go to the range, it's easily 1,000 rounds. So, but you know what? Something you said, though, got me thinking. In the past, I made a statement that my local FFL, and by that I mean the nearest one to me, because there's 4 gun stores within walking distance, but my go-to FFL used to charge almost double what the exact same box of ammo would cost online. Now, if you're only buying a couple boxes of ammo, the shipping cost wouldn't be worth it, and just picking up a couple boxes from them, you'd be all right. But if you were going to buy a whole bunch of ammo, it wouldn't take very long before his price was just so outrageous that you were better off buying online. Well, my local FFL closed his store, built a new one across the street, much bigger, much nicer, much more selection, and he brought all of his ammo prices down, so now he's competitive. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to retract that statement, as far as even if I needed just a few boxes for training or practice or something like that, or as a gift. I've gone down to him more to buy ammo as a gift for people. Makes a really good Christmas or birthday present. because he's right there in a pinch, and he's got and the prices are now competitive, where it's only like $1 or $2 more than the online price, and at that price, it isn't worth it to pay shipping at all. So I just want to retract that statement from the past. I don't know what happened. Maybe he just started making more money. I mean, he built a brand new store from scratch, for Pete's sakes, but maybe that's all it takes.
Hey, okay, so we're still moving down the line. Foos, we were talking to you. You had said SG ammo. Is that what you said, Foos?
Yeah, SGMO.
Okay. And then who else do you go through? Do you go through anybody else?
Usually not for anything.
Just some of the more unusual calibers and stuff.
Yeah.
David Bowling, did you get a chance to chime in yet? Where do you get your ammo at, Kingpin?
Like that. Speaking about ammo, that's how I reclaim brass.
Nice.
I buy all my range ammo from Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Gun stores are just too expensive. They overprice for the same exact box I can get at Walmart, and they usually overprice for less rounds than I can get at Walmart. And then,
okay.
Go ahead.
I'll say Target Sports USA is out on the East Coast. Have you ever looked at those guys at all?
I've never even heard of them.
Okay, because I want to say they're in Connecticut. Guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, a lot of people say if they live on the East Coast, they get their stuff delivered within a couple days. Now, me, like I said, I had trouble with it, lost my invoice, but I was kind of curious. And can you, with the Maryland gun laws, you guys can order in bulk, no problems, no background checks and stuff on ammo?
No, you can order pretty much any kind of legal ammunition that you want. Obviously, if you get into like the high incendiary, only thing that's frowned on around here, but it's not illegal, is tracer rounds. And I live. Maryland's basically 90% forest, so you know you don't want to burning trees down.
Well, in Nebraska, we've got dry prairie grass. We have a lot of summer fires that happen mainly from lightning strikes and stuff, and so our range doesn't. They kind of frown down on it unless it's for special events. Because you put one of those off in the prairie, you can burn down half the county, and you got crops going on and stuff. So yeah.
And a friend of mine is where I would get any of my name brand, I guess you would say, outside of Walmart brand ammo from, and then I get bulk ammo from somewhere else that I can't really talk about.
I understand.
Kingpin, did you have an Academy Sports or a Rural King anywhere near you?
I've never heard of the rural thing, and I'm not aware of Academy being anywhere around here, but I also haven't checked. See, my thing, I don't have a credit card. I don't use credit cards. I don't shop with credit cards. I don't buy stuff online. So whenever I do find something sweet online, or I'm forced to, buy something online, I just give my parents a bunch of cash and use their credit card.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. That's all good, man. Rural King, the way I understand it, it's kind of like a Baumgart's Country General TSC, but then they also have guns and camping stuff. And is Rural King? I know in the name. Is it like a Tractor Supply company? Like
it's Tractor Supply with guns.
Yeah, we've got Orscheln's, which is kind of the chain out here, which is kind of like TSC, and the new Orscheln stores that they're building, the bigger, newer stores, are getting guns back. Because back in the day, we all knew like Wheelers and Country General and S&S. Those farm supply stores always had a gun rack. One of my first rifles I bought was from a Country General that had really good prices. And I know Rural King kind of fits kind of that mold, but I know they've got more camping stuff too. Jay Dalton, the guy I've had on my channel before, he's got a good channel on YouTube. Yeah, he's has Rural King locally, and they've always got great prices on Taurus handguns and stuff like that. So,
yeah, we finally got one near here. I've gone to them down south when I've been visiting family, and I would stock up on ammo, cleaning supplies, whatever. And then, they got hardware, tools. You can buy gardening stuff. They've even got candy and junk food like that. So, you can stock up on whatever. They finally opened up one up here. And their gun department was just had ammo and targets at first, but then later they got the gun counter open, and now they're selling firearms, including lower receivers. And it's kind of nice to be able to go to, I guess, what you would call a big box store and just buy a blank lower receiver for an affordable price. But if they ever get a Rural King out in your area, Kingpin, their ammo prices are fair. They're not too bad, and Academy, I've only gone to one once down south. They don't have those up here. The chain that we've got up here is Dunham's. I think there's Dunham's out there in I can't think of where it is. It's northeast or northwest of you, Travis.
Montana, Wyoming.
No. In Nebraska, it's where they got where Chimney Rock is. North of there.
Kind of get up into the Panhandle area and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I drove past the Dunhams out there, and I'm thinking, out here in the middle of nowhere. They've got some.
Yeah.
They've got some. I mean, the price is a little bit high, but David, if you get something like that in your area, you might find something. I would say stay away from Field and Stream and Dick's, though.
Yeah, Dick's Sports. We don't usually talk about them here. They're not really welcome at our table right now. So
I'm just looking at Rural King right now, man. They got some pretty good deals on stuff.
What's that?
Rural King's got some pretty good deals on stuff.
Oh, I'm hearing Food's on at the same time.
I said they're never welcome at our table anymore.
Oh, yes. There you go. Yeah, Rural King is, they're showing off basic R1 Remington for $494 after. They're basically spot on with what you're going to get online, which is really nice.
Which, by the way, is what I'm planning on buying so that when we meet halfway between Colorado and where you're at, we can
dueling 45s instead of dueling banjos.
we can touch tips gingerly.
Oh, my God. We'll clink slides. How's that?
Okay, that works too.
I still, guys, I'm still up in the air on which 1911 to go with. I'm torn. I'm kind of leaning more towards the SR 1911, but I do want to get a SIG. But I like the R1 enhanced, and it's just maybe I'll just buy all three. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And that's not going to happen.
Just buy a Guncrafter Industry and drop down, $4,000.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, go with the Les Bear. Yeah,
that's why I'm going with the R1 is for the exact opposite reason because it's pretty cheap, but they're still pretty quality, and it's not quite Rock Island. Like the finish and fit, all that stuff's better.
Many years ago, I had a R1 and it government model worked just fine.
Yeah, the fit and finish seems to be really well done on them. They're really,
that's what I seem to be hearing is they work pretty well.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of guys chiming in on the gun channel side. So Adam, over to you now. What do you do for ammo purchases? You're kind of a new AR owner to the industry. Yeah. Kind of new to us and stuff.
Nice. So I was lucky enough to find a local store. Like if I needed something, for that, I guess the prices are pretty much right on spot online with the 5.56 rounds that you would find online. So like a box of 200 would be $80. So that's not too bad here. But if I needed like 9mm, like defensive rounds, I would go to Target Sport USA.
Oh, you do go through. Okay, now you order from. How long does it take for you to get your delivery? Because like I said, mine was the bad experience, but I want to give another try.
Last time I did it, it was like 3-4 days. But that's just because I could find the defensive ammo I like on there. If I just want to go to the range and plink some stuff out, it'll be most likely Academy, just because it's cheaper to find like an aluminum case 9mm there.
Well, the weird thing about that, here's the thing, we're chatting about that over on the gun channel side right now. The federal aluminum case ammo, and our Walmart's had the brass 115 grain on rollback forever. Mm-hmm. And it's like $1 or $2 a box less than the aluminum case, whereas the Federal Champion aluminum used to be $1 below the brass case. Like it was like $9.94 a box for the aluminum and then $10.94 for the brass, and now it's basically reversed where it's like $8.84 for the federal 115 grain brass.
So if I remember, there's a Independence aluminum. It's a big old white box. It's like 200 rounds.
Oh yeah.
That's the ones I go for, and it's what, $15, something like that.
For 200 rounds?
I don't know if it's 200. It might be.
Oh, okay. It might be because I was going to say
it's 100.
$8 per 50. 8 to 9 is kind of the basic range. But
I think it is 100 rounds.
Oh, for 15.
For like 15, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about Independence ammo. They do carry their 5.56 at Walmart. I've never shot it, but I don't know if people have had good luck with it or bad luck with it. But
I've shot it. It works. It runs.
It works.
Yeah.
Another reason I like that Target Sport USA is because they got that Prime. I'm not in it yet. I want to be, but they got that Prime Auto thing. Prime Ammo membership, right? So it's like Amazon. You pay yearly fee. You get free shipping on all your orders, not just bulk orders.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, like during the third quarter of your first year of membership, you receive a free box of ammo. According to purchase, whatever history. It's like $95 a year or something.
Let's see, Lucky Gunners popping up. That's another place to go to. I had really good luck going through OutdoorLimited.com. Their prices were very fair. I think I got a case from them, and they were one of the least expensive places to get 762 by 39 last winter when I ordered a case. Yeah, OutdoorLimited.com is another good one. I've had good luck with them.
Does anybody use Sportsman's Guide? You have to pay for the annual membership for that too.
I used to buy stuff from them back when I was just out of high school because I know they've been around for a while. The ammo prices are very competitive, and I think they're one of the few places that carries all the different varieties of the Wolf ammo. That seems to be kind of their forte. They offer a lot of different. Sportsman's Guide with the membership can be very competitive. I don't know how their shipping prices are. They're big enough that they might do free shipping on orders over $200 or $300. You guys, anybody here ordered from them at all? Sportsman's Guide?
No.
Grandma? No? Okay, that's one that I don't have a lot of experience with either. So yeah. And I've ordered ammo from PSA before. I don't know if I've ever done I've done a bulk ammo of 9mm from them before I was buying it from Foos. And they seem to be pretty. The thing about the 1,000 rounds is that it can end up being about the same price as buying separate boxes. But like I said, for me, having to make a trip every time I want to go out to buy it, or the other thing with Walmart too is they don't always have 1,000 rounds of 9mm in stock. They might only have 400 rounds, 200 rounds. It just depends on how busy of a weekend it is. It does take them a couple days to get it stocked back up. So buying the 1,000 rounds can be a convenience thing. You've also got those bulk dumps. You got to watch out for that because sometimes you can get some dented cases and things like that. I'll read people that buy 1,000 rounds of 5.56, and they'll say that they might lose 10 or 15 rounds that really got a lot of dings in them out of 1,000. But they also got the 1,000 rounds for like $299 delivered. And again, for tax free. Oh, 62 grain.
Yeah, you can get the green tips for pretty cheap, man.
Is that okay? What do I carry? Is it Blazer that makes that? Who makes that?
These are American Eagle.
Okay, American Eagle.
Yeah.
I've had really good luck with. I got a box of it. Oh, the X-Tac. Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff is really good. 62 grain. PMC X-Tac 5.56. I believe it is actually made in Korea for their military, but it is very high quality stuff. 62 grain, if I'm not mistaken. And that is some real good stuff too. So yeah.
The only thing that sucks about it is if it's indoor range or if they're using steel plates, steel traps. A lot of the time, actually, no range that I know will let you shoot those because they've got the steel pendant.
Oh yeah. No, I understand. They
so it'll do damage to their trap, and they don't. They won't. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah. Calaverse is calling me an SSA shill. Calaverse, I'm just supporting the local gun channels family, and it's good stuff. I am now probably close to 1,100 to 1,200 rounds fired of sport shooters ammo. And if you watch the one video that I did with that inexpensive pistol light that I showed off a couple weeks ago, I had one failure to extract on my SD9 VE, and that's about the first problem I've had with it ever. It fired, it just didn't extract, and it could have been me. The mags on the SD9 VE can be kind of funny sometimes. They're not the most precise fit. So if you pull on the mags, it can cause things like the slide to not lock back and stuff like that. It's just the way that they design that gun. But yeah, to almost 1,200 rounds of SSA downrange. I've given a couple boxes to family, and it's been good stuff. I love the 125 grain. So that's, again, I'm telling you guys, you need to check out Foos's ammo. It's good stuff, very good stuff. So
I did like my SW9 VE before I sold it. Other than the trigger was horrible.
Yeah,
that's the last version of the Sigma before they made it the SD.
Yeah, on the SD9 VE, you can get used to the trigger if you shoot enough with it. I've put God knows how many rounds through mine, and I did change out my guide rod for a stainless steel model because the first one I bought many years ago wouldn't go back in a battery, and so I just bought a stainless steel guide rod for that one. Had it for a couple months, sold it, and I just went back and bought another SD9 VE last year. The triggers on them, you can get used to them. It just takes a lot of practice. They don't have a defined wall like you get on a Glock or anything like that, but.
Well, my nephew's got one, and we went shooting not too long ago, and like I've got several different handguns, so I'm not particularly sure exactly where each of them hits at 50 yards. But we set up some clay birds just sitting on a branch at 50 yards, and he outshot me. Like, he was hitting more of them than I did. I hit a few, but he hit more than I did.
I love mine. That's a great gun. Mine is it's crazy how accurate it is. It is amazing for such a cheap. Well, they're not really cheap. I mean, they're $350, which sounds cheap, but there are cheaper guns out there you can get. 260 range will get you into some of the Taurus TH9s and the 40s, TH40s, and stuff like that. So I mean, they're kind of a lower mid-price range gun, I guess you could say, because if they're not on sale, I've seen places charge $400 for them. But all right, now let's kind of shift the conversation a little bit, and this can be one of those things where it can be one of those hit or miss Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock kind of topics, and can be kind of sore with people. Brands, are there any brands that we could possibly agree with, all of us on the panel, that you want to steer clear of, say for handgun ammunition, anything that's just been consistently inconsistent for you? You guys ever run into any problems at all? I mean, some of you guys shoot a lot more than I do.
I don't like Remington white box.
Okay. Is it because you think it's dirtier, or is it because it's got what is it?
I feel like it's underpowered, and it doesn't always, like, I had a P11 that
I'm right here. Oh, a Kel-Tec.
Yes,
P11.
I had a Kel-Tec P11 that would run just fine if you put like expensive ammo or hot ammo through it. But if you try to do white box, it was a jam-o-matic, you know?
Yeah, I'm kind of. Anybody else have any? I've fired it before, never had problems, but I mean, I'm not really taking it out far enough to really see if it's an inaccurate ammo or not. But what's your guys' experience? Let's kind of cover some of the brands and just see what you think. Winchester white box. What do you guys think?
It's okay.
It's range ammo. It's target ammo. It's not your self-defense ammo. It's not your competition ammo. It's not your hunting ammo. I haven't had any problems with it yet. I haven't shot a lot of it, but.
Would you guys agree that it's underpowered in the guns you fired it through, or not? Have you guys ever had issues with it cycling, or? Because I might pick some of that up in 45 when I get my 1911. Because it's one of the cheaper, larger caliber handgun rounds I can get at my local Walmart. You know,
Right.
Not always that way though. In like rifle calibers, it tends to be pretty expensive compared to other brands that are out there. I know a lot of guys don't like it because they say it's dirty. Yeah, your Tula.
Favorite AK ammo.
Yep. Well, a lot of people don't realize they've got a lot of different grain weights, and is that the hollow point?
It's a holler point.
When you watch tests and stuff on that, I don't know if it really. I mean, does it even expand?
It's not made to. It's supposed to be a match type hollow point.
Okay. Because I've got a mix of it, and I honestly didn't even realize it when I would buy it. I just grabbed boxes of it. And I'm like, oh, this is hollow point. Oh, so I didn't even know, if it would affect accuracy or not.
Well, I'm sure it's probably not quite as accurate as a normal Spitzer round, but
yeah, that's actually it's not bad. So Tula, let's talk about Tula. I've probably got one of the few AR-15s out there. I know a lot of guys don't like to use it. I've fired primarily steel case ammo through it. I fired over 1,000 rounds of Tula 223 Remington through my Bear Creek AR-15, and it's fine. It still shoots fine. I mean, it was pretty much broken in with brass when I first bought it, a couple hundred rounds of brass. And then when it comes to Tula, what are you guys' experience with that? Have you ever had any problems with it at all?
No, never.
Somebody have a popping out primers. Night Strike, was that you?
No, that was me.
You had. Oh yeah, what was it? It was your.
It was my PSL, and it was just. I think it's just because I have the head spacing really tight on my PSL when I made it, and it just over pressurizes the round. The PSL can handle very, very high pressures, which I'm very grateful for. But every time I run Tula, it pops the primers out.
Yeah,
it'll function 100%, but it'll just like put a hole in the primer.
How is the Tula 545? Do you have any experience with that?
It's good. Just gotta make sure you have the proper barrel on your rifle.
Yes.
I have a Plum 74 that it'll just eat Tula all day.
See, I got a good deal on these bad boys a while back. I forget what the wash is on them, but they're not.
It's a zinc wash or something like that. Because they used to put copper. Because I've got the old stuff, and now they've transitioned over to the zinc wash stuff. Which
these were super cheap. They were like $4 for 20 when I bought them.
I've heard it can shorten barrel life, but I really don't know. But honestly, I kind of quit counting the number of rounds I put through my Bear Creek, my AR-15. I just like, well, if it looks like the grooves are getting thin or whatever, then I'll get it rebarreled. But I mean, for what you save on it though, too. I mean, you could run a couple thousand rounds and basically either break even if you got to get a new barrel put in. Because you know that, yeah, the 5.56 cases of 1,000, you can really save a lot of money if you go that route. And again, like I said, I had mainly just been shooting steel case through my AR just to see what it does, to notice if there's ever been any problems with extracting and stuff. And I even got a 223 Wild chamber and barrel, and I never had an issue with it. My stepdad's got the same AR as me, and he does a lot of steel case through his too, and never had a problem either. So I think it might maybe just kind of depend on the AR a little bit. I know they're all built to a certain spec. But I watched quite a few Mac videos on steel case ammo too, and
the only thing I've really noticed is the difference in the shell deflector, where the empty shell casings hit it.
Yeah.
If you use brass, it tends to just mark it up, and then you can wipe it off. If you're using steel, it tends to take little chips of the finish off.
Okay.
Eventually, I mean, you have to shoot the crap out of it before that starts to happen. But
even like an anodized finish, it still does that too.
Well, hold on. Let me show you.
Yeah. Because with the brass, you can usually clean that off with no problems. And if you got the money and the resources, it's easy. Just run brass through your ARs. I mean, for the most part, especially if you want to do any kind of reloading and stuff like that, it's always a good idea to go that route. So I really have not fired a lot of the Tula. You guys have any experience with Tula handgun ammo at all?
I do. I don't like it, man. It like gunks up everything for me.
See, I've only done I've on a couple guns. I've done a 50-round box just to see if it'll run. So
yeah, it's really not bad. There's just a little bit of finish that's missing. It's kind of hard to see.
And what is that upper? Is that a DPMS?
This was my first AR-15. It was dude, this was back in like 2012 when all the shit was going crazy, and you had to spend like $400 for an upper. So supposedly, according to the guy that I bought it from, and it was just some guy off of Gunbroker, the barrel is the selling point on this. It was like a FN barrel that was left over or something he bought a bunch of and put uppers together for. So I don't know what the brand of upper is or whatever. I don't know who the maker is.
Well, sometimes they have just like a black phosphate coating or just like a paint almost on those uppers. Like my DPMS Oracle would start to wear, and it was not anodized. And I bought an Oracle many years ago, and it was cheap. It was and I noticed that stuff was coming off. So I'm kind of curious if that isn't just the coating that's doing it or not. But there's probably a way you can check and see if that's an actual FN barrel too. I'm sure it's got a. It should. Wouldn't it be marked? Wouldn't it say FN somewhere on it or not? I thought they did.
Probably should.
Yeah. Squib, you got any experience with FN barrels at all?
Yeah, my first AR is all FN except the lower. Every part on it is FN, mil-spec GI, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I'd have picked off the handguards and take a look. Oh. I've never really looked, or I don't recall, but yeah, mine's 1 in 9 twist, 20-inch chrome lined, and it shoots just as accurate as an M16A2 on semi-auto. Don't run burst, guys; it'll jam.
God, it's all dusty under the handguard. I need to heat this thing up.
No, that's all good. Just real quick on the YouTube side, this is kind of interesting. Rich White says Wolf Gold is a good inexpensive AR ammo. It's marked 223, but it's more along the lines of M193 5.56. They have to mark it 223 to export it from Taiwan. They're not allowed to export military ammo. Interesting. Because like I said, I think Korea is where that PMC comes from that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, I know Wolf seems to be pretty decent too. I've got some. I don't think I've ever actually fired any Wolf ammo at all. I know for 7.62. Hey, what's your opinion on Wolf with 7.62 by 54?
Wolf 7.62 by 54. It's okay. I mean, if you're using it in a Mosin, it's no big deal. I used a box in my PSL. Gave okay accuracy. I mean, it's actually not as good as Tula. But
really,
it functions 100%, and that's all I care about with the PSL is if it functions. Because either way, it gives me a 1-inch group at 100 yards, no matter what I put through it.
Okay, I gotcha. So it's going to be pretty much the same all the way around.
Yep.
Has Tula changed their coding on their 7.62 by 54? I seem to have a harder time now getting my
Not that I've noticed.
Because I've got some older Tula 7.62 by 54. And it looks like they've done something with the coating on the steel. And I'm not going to start talking about lacquer and all that crap. And my gun is totally Cosmo free. But it seems like it has a different kind of finish that it makes it harder for me to extract. And it could just be my extractor. Maybe I need a new ejector extractor on my Mosin. But my Mosin's in really good shape. So, Honda, what do you got there? Oh, your 54R.
Yeah, I was just showing 54.
That tack is Taiwanese. It's from Taiwan.
What's that, Foos?
That X tack that you were talking about earlier?
Oh, it is from Taiwan.
Taiwan.
The PMC bronze? Because I think it is marked 556. I'm pretty sure. Let me grab it here in a second. You guys
talks amongst ourselves.
How about MagTech?
Yes,
you guys ever use that for your training ammo?
Yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
if you're shooting a big bore, especially like on a rental, and they've got MagTech, get that because it's the cheapest stuff that they're probably going to have at the store.
Well, I don't like MagTech brass because there's a huge step in it. It's lower quality brass.
Here's that X-Tac. Okay, so this is the PMC X-Tac, 62 grain. Your green tip, lap, light armor piercing. It does say made in Korea. So maybe at one point they might have exported it from Taiwan. But this stuff I love this stuff. This is, if you've got the right kind of rated twist on your AR barrel and you need a 62 grain, this is definitely the way to go. But it's a little pricey. I bought it at Cabela's, but it's like $8.99 if you buy it online. But Cabela's it's like $12.97. But I needed a couple boxes for a test, so that's why I went ahead and bought it. But it's really good stuff. Show you what it looks like.
Yeah, because you do all your tests with a whole bunch of different ammo. Where do you get your ammo from?
I buy. Well, I mean, I got my 9mm from you. I've pretty much when I got my first AR, I bought a ton of just 223 Remington brass. I was buying the 100-round bulk packs of Federal at Walmart, 55 grain, because I think it was like 40 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But from you, I get that. Otherwise, I've ordered from not Sportsman's Guide. I've ordered from PSA before, Target Sports USA, whatever it was I was mentioning earlier. The one outdoors place I talked about earlier. I've ordered from them before, and then I do find myself going to Cabela's if I just need a box or two of something and it's not worth ordering it online. Because where I am, I've got to go a long distance to get to another store that carries the ammo. If Walmart doesn't have it, for me, it is literally an 80-mile round trip to Cabela's, and that is about the closest place I can get ammo easily. That's open later. Oh, Foos is shooting. Anywho, yeah. So no, I'll go get a box or two. Like if I need some Hornady match or if I need some Hornady Super Performance. But the Hornady stores is just a little bit further than where my Cabela's is, but I don't know what time they close. And they've got the ammo store in there too. So I've got the Hornady factory 80 miles east of where I live, and so that's another option too if I want to go that route. Continuing on brands, not to shame brands or shame the ammo that anybody buys. PPU, I've had pretty good luck with Privy Partisan, but anyway, I think we talked about this before. With my 3030, I really had trouble extracting it. Do you guys notice the PPU brass to be a little bit thinner? Do you ever have any issues with that extracting out of your firearm?
It can be a little soft.
Yeah,
it's definitely not thin. It's just soft. So it probably
okay. Maybe that's maybe it overexpands a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't had any issues with extraction, especially with the PSL, since I use PPU a lot. That's all I use.
Yeah.
I probably put like 80 or 90 rounds through my PSL when I was over at Night Strike's little compound. Now, granted, I'm not happy at the fact that I've lost more than 30 of the brass casings that I can't reuse because I
haven't found them. They went off into the woods.
Yeah, they've been chucked into the void. The void. So. Yeah, so the PSL definitely extracts very violently, much more violent than a normal AAK would. So it does dent the cases, but it doesn't, it doesn't shred the cases,
So what are y'all using in y'all's EDC?
For me, I've always just gone with critical defense. That's good stuff too. Yeah, what's your V Crown Sig? Is that what that's called? Is that
Yes.
I use Sig V Crown in my 357 Sig, my 226, and that's what I plan on using once I get this Glock up and running. Because
that's what I use for 9mm and 380 anyway.
Yeah. I'm specifically building this Glock so that I can use it in basically conceal carry, because I'm gonna go take another conceal carry lesson, so that I feel a little more comfortable doing it. And it's a little uncomfortable, but I can conceal carry a full size handgun, because I like wearing big baggy clothing, and I'm kind of a skinny fella, so I can pretty much hide.
I guess this is Hornady.
Yeah, critical defense or critical duty.
I forgot what was even in my gun, but whatever.
And for people that don't know, I remember watching Yankees videos on this. Like, what's the difference between critical duty and critical defense? The critical duty, I think, is designed to go through light barriers, more designed to penetrate better through glass and like thin sheet metal, because you might be looking at punching through a car door or punching. And the reason why he made a really good point about this, the reason why I think he said he carries critical duty is because he's out in public. If he's at a mall or at some place where there's structures, or he has to get to the bad guy and there's some sort of a barrier, he's going to want that extra little bit of punch with his ammo. And I think they're about the same price for both of them. It's about $1 around for critical defense and critical duty. So yeah.
I'm using a Hornady XTP. So.
Yeah, those are awesome too. Yeah, those are great bullets. Yeah.
Am I the only one that uses 147 grain HSTs?
Oh,
I'm using 147 grain.
Is that what you got? Yeah.
No, XTP 357 SIG.
I use the HTCs about 125s.
I mean, I'm worried about where I carry and what's going on around me about over penetration more than I am about barrier defeating.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather have something that expands and doesn't.
Oh yeah.
So it depends on what you have, right? If you're carrying a 9mm, you're not going to be worried about the barrier penetration very much, because it's a 9mm. It's not going to do it.
Well, no, like critical duty in 9mm is designed to do that. It's designed to travel straight through glass if it hits a barrier, so that it's very standard issue round for a lot of law enforcement agencies and stuff. So that's why they tend to carry it. Whereas with your critical defense, it's not really, you don't quite have that same kind of round or load to it. I mean, there's a few things that they do to critical defense, which is really nice. You've got the nickel cases, which won't corrode, so they're designed to be carried long-term in your mag. You've got the little rubber tip to help it penetrate through cloth without catching before it expands.
The crimp on them is really good too. So if you cycle it through your gun, it's not going to pop the round out of the nose.
Yeah.
Or push it in either.
Yep.
So what I actually want to look forward to, what I look forward to, I know it's out, but I can't find any, is the Seismic 185 9mm.
Oh, I've never heard of that stuff.
Seismic what?
It's a Seismic, just Seismic. That's the name of the company, and they have 185 grain 9mm.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
that is crazy, man.
So they're also working on a 300 grain 45 ACP, but that's not out yet.
So I have a question. With me building a 9mm G19, can I use like plus P in that, or would you recommend not using plus P in a Glock?
I don't recommend plus P anyway.
I'm pretty sure they're rated for plus P.
Yeah, they are. That should be fine.
It could accelerate the wear a little bit on the internals. Maybe you might wear some parts out faster. I don't know. That's almost like a Mythbuster kind of question. It is going to be a higher pressure round. It's going to put a lot more. You're going to feel it more when you shoot it.
But I mean, is that going to be your practice ammo or your carry ammo though? Right?
It's going to be a carry ammo. I'm going to practice with like bottom of the barrel kind of stuff.
See, and that's the thing. That's the fallacy that I think a lot of people make is when they're shooting plus P, they're like, "Oh, it's going to wear out your barrel," but you only bought 50 rounds of it. You know.
So I'm in the mindset of matching your carry ammo with your practice ammo. So if you're going to be doing plus P, don't you want to do plus P with your carry ammo? With your practice ammo?
You should know where it hits, and if it hits in a different spot, then absolutely.
But you're not going to.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be a Gucci guy, and I'm gonna put a stinking RMR on top. So, I mean, and plus it's only gonna be for close, like between 10 and like 0 yards. You know.
Gotcha.
Hey, another one that Storm and Norman Gunworks has pushed out there on the YouTube side. He said gunbot.net. That is cool. It says near real-time tracking of who has ammo, mags, and reloading supplies in stock. Gunbot does not endorse any of the retailers or products listed. Double check price, quantity, caliber at the vendor site before ordering. So it is kind of like AmmoSeek, but maybe it's even more. Well, in the AmmoSeek, the Gunbot also throws up, like I said, the reloading supplies and the mags. So gunbot.net, make sure you guys check that out. That might be one to add too. So it's going to be kind of like one of those wikis where they gather prices from all these different retailers. And then they start off with the lowest price for whatever you want, and it goes up from there. So Storm and Norman, thank you for suggesting that. That's one I'd never heard of before. Like I said, I tend to have just a couple go-tos that I just usually stick with, that I order from that have been really good for me. And like I said, again, I'm going to try Target Sports USA one more time and just see if I have better luck with it. Being I'm in the middle of the country, I could expect, a 7-day delivery once it ships. I get that, and hopefully they won't make that mistake again. But I'm not the only person that's happened to, unfortunately. But their prices are really, really competitive.
Another thing with Palmetto that I like is sometimes they'll do deals where you get 10 magazines and 1,000 rounds for basically the price of 1,000 rounds. So if you need some AR mags, that's, a good way to save a couple of bucks too. Like right now they've got 1,000 rounds. Hold on, let me pull it up. Of Federal 5.56, 1,000 rounds, 10 PMag 30s for $349 free shipping.
It's not a bad deal, man.
That reminds me, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my SIG.
Okay. And yeah, speaking of SIG, we haven't mentioned SIG. I've had great luck with Sig Sauer ammo. It tends to be a little more expensive, but I purchased it in, I believe I got 10 millimeter for one of my tests. The V Crown. I haven't used their AR ammo at all, but I mean, it seems to be really good stuff all the way around. How much was that box there?
16 30? For 20, and that's $380.
Okay, that's not bad. That's really not bad. Because I noticed that 380 tends to be a little bit more pricey. Even on range ammo, you're going to pay $1 or $2 more per box than 9 millimeter. So yeah, the SIG has been a good one. What's going back to brands to stay away from? What's another one that you guys? Oh, what about Remington? You've got your UMC in the yellow box. You've also got your Remington in green and white boxes. What do you guys think about Remington ammo in general? You steer clear? Do you guys buy it? Here, it's expensive. In the stores, it's a couple bucks more per box. But what experiences do you guys have with their ammo?
If I buy any Remington, normally it's the brown box, double out buckshot 12 gauge.
Oh yeah, just the plain Jane Mark stuff.
The plain Jane military, surplus stuff. And,
mine is actually sold by Winchester. It says Olin Corporation, which I think is Winchester on the back.
But it's a brown box, and then if we're talking like 45 or 9 millimeter, I might get a box of white box. But more often than not, I know people are gonna go after me, but I shoot in my 1911 and my Beretta 92. I shoot a lot of steel case, and I shoot a lot of aluminum case ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Because 45 aluminum is cheaper than 45 brass.
I need to keep that in mind too when I decide to go with, whether I go 10 millimeter or I decide to go 45.
And I know people say, but Night Strike, it's only like $1 or $2 less than buying the brass. You know what? Sometimes that $1 or $2 for only a one-use fire round, that's enough for me.
What do you got?
I don't reload.
Anna, you're muted, buddy. Heavy lead load. Is that what you got going on there? All right,
no,
Winchester.
That's 12 gauge shotgun, practice loads, birdshot, shooting clays. That's what I use Winchester for.
Okay.
That. It works just fine. No problems with it, and it's cheap. It's super cheap, like $20 for 100 rounds.
Right.
And totally, I can't remember what brand it is. Who is it that it's imported from Spain, and I think Walmart carries it. Help me out here, guys. I know they do some double-aught buck and stuff. I don't think it's Herders. There's a brand that I did purchase recently. I got it in.
No, that's
it's not Fiocchi. Not Fiocchi.
Spain?
Yeah, there's a Spanish imported.
Royal Buck? Was it Royal Buck?
Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. When I was showing off my Midland shotgun, I was showing what ammo I actually keep around with it. So,
is it Royal Buck Rio?
No, yeah, that's not Rio. I don't think it's Rio. Rio's actually made in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I thought. So it's Aguila.
These are Rio right here.
Yeah, it's not from Mexico, but anyway, you know, when you get into different brands, I've had good luck with Herder's 410. We can talk about shotgun ammo for a little bit. Shotgun ammo, I seem to have less issues with it, but I also don't really test it and pattern it and stuff like that. I'll just go buy it and just use it for whatever I'm going after. But
I like to. You ever do cut shells or waxers or anything with your birdshot to make it more?
No, I don't ever modify shotgun ammo at all. But yeah,
waxers work pretty well. I mean, I've never shot anybody with one, but it holds the group together.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts now because I got the ammo upstairs, but it's okay. Yeah. Anyway, with the shotgun ammo, I really don't seem to notice. Nice Strike, do you shoot a lot of that double-aught buck? Do you ever play around with it or anything? How is that?
It's Winchester military surplus.
Yeah.
So basically, it's the extras that the military doesn't accept, so they just sell it off to the civilian market.
Yeah, it's the green case, right, with the black.
No, it's the brown box of 5 rounds.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the actual shells themselves. They're green with like black instead of brass on the bottom of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, Walmart always sells out of that stuff. I don't really have much experience with it, but
I've compared those to normal, the Remington double-aught buckshot, even some of the Remington double-aught buckshot Magnum, and quite honestly, in a Stevens 67 E shotgun, they still kick like a mule. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I'm using Magnum, the normal Remington, or just the Winchester. It all works.
Cool.
As far as accuracy, I'll let you know once I figure that out. Especially with shotgun.
Anybody have any? Go ahead, guys.
Well, one thing I like to do is buy the 120 round little mini cans of 5.56.
Yeah.
And then you can use those to store I've only got 50 rounds of 45 left. I'm just going to throw it in this box and keep it all together. It helps you kind of organize it. I've got 7 different boxes that say 5.56, but none of them are.
Yeah, make sure you know what you're grabbing. Make sure you're not mixing any 300 blackout in with there. You could have some problems. So
I still need a 300 blackout. So
okay, here's the ammo, guys. I'm looking at the video I did. It's Suprema, Suprema, Suprema. I got what was that? I think it's a buckshot also because they didn't have the Walmart stuff in stock, so I bought a box of it. But it actually works really well. I think it might be imported by Tula, but it's made in Spain. But yeah, Suprema shotgun shells, shotgun ammunition. That's another one to check out.
I already forgot what I got.
Premium 12 gauge game and defense load. Yeah, extreme performance buckshot. Yeah, there you go. They show home defense and they also show some animals on the box too. So Suprema, which is not expensive either. It's I think I paid for a full size box. I think I paid maybe $12 or $11 for it or something. It's a very good price, but yeah, that's one I haven't had a lot. What about the Aguila mini shells, the mini slugs? Anybody had a chance to play around with those at all?
No, I've been wanting to get some of those because
I think everybody kind of thinks they look kind of cool, but I don't know anybody that actually shoots them or uses them other than just watching them on YouTube channels. But
aren't they? They're not even really cheaper, are they? I mean, that if they were cheaper, that'd be the ticket.
Well, the thing is, I've seen people do this. I'm not going to name names, but I've seen people do this in New Jersey. They'll buy a a Mossberg 12 gauge pump that is they had the 10 round magazine extension so that it's 10 rounds total. Then they'll use the mini shells and they'll get 20 rounds out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's legal or not. So I mean, but I've seen people do it.
AWAC, don't talk about it, and they won't know about it.
I'm seeing, guys.
It's not okay. Here's the thing:
a New Jersey man modified his shotgun to hold over 20 rounds.
It's not illegal to own the mini shells, and it's not illegal to own a 10 round 12 gauge pump. So it's only when you put the two together that it's questionable.
Talking about the Aguila mini shells real quick. I'm seeing on the buckshot shells, the 1 3/4 inch shells, I'm seeing $14 for 20 rounds.
Where at?
That is at Midway USA, but they are currently sold out. But that's just the price we're looking at. So they're not cheap. I mean, know if you're going to want those for. It kind of depends on what you're going after, I suppose. But they're definitely cool. I don't want to say that maybe they're kind of a gimmick round, but I mean, I think they're definitely going to work.
So on that target, it's $11.99.
$11.99 for a box of those.
For 20?
Yeah,
That's not bad. I mean, a lot of the time when you buy buckshot, like at the store, it's about $1 a round. You buy like a box of 5, it's $5.
See, the Suprema stuff that I was showing you guys was not. It was actually a full box, like 25, and I think it was under $10.
Nice.
So it's really, it's and it's buckshot.
Yeah, so there's like
it's not the military grade stuff, but
so if we're talking about shotguns, shotgun shells, there's no real big difference between like Remington and like the higher end stuff that you would buy, right?
Well, no, because when you get into shotgun shells, you're getting into a whole different kind of category. You're looking at the shot itself can be different. The composition of the shot, there's a lot of just tech that goes into modern shotgun shells themselves. I get a turkey load, a Remington turkey load, and it's freaking expensive. I've got like I don't know, maybe a 10-round box or something, and I think I paid like $30 for it.
Well, then there's
it's a Magnum turkey load, so yeah.
So
there's like low recoil buck versus like 2 3/4 inch versus 3-inch Magnum. Like they all fit in the same chamber too, you know.
So
yeah, depending on what your gun's chamber.
But if you're talking about self-defense, a buckshot's going to be a buckshot, right?
Well,
there's different sizes though too. A buckshot. I mean, depends what size of pellet you're going to go.
Well, yeah, but so if you go double loud buck, if you go Remington, it's no difference than going whatever else is out there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The shot itself is no different. The velocity at which it comes out might be.
Powder could be different. There might be some features in the shell that keeps a tighter group when it comes out. You know, I mean, it really depends on. For the most part, you can say you're going to be okay. If you just get yourself just like a Federal target load and you go get a Winchester target load, they're the same weight, same shot. I'm not going to say they're going to perform the same because again, velocity could be different, the quality of the powder could be different. They're going to fit a spec that's going to work in a shotgun. It's going to run.
Right.
You know,
well, they're
the same way. Yeah.
It's 9.30 caliber slugs, if I remember correctly. So these are 30 caliber, and there should be 9 of them in a double-aught buck.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I go with rifle slugs.
And I mean, got to be honest. Do any of you guys? Oh, by the way, the Aguila mini shells, the slugs are $13.99 also for a box of 20. The 1 3/4 inch also. So there, I thought the lead slugs would cost more than the shot shells themselves, and they don't. The shot-filled shot shells, and they don't. Have you guys ever ordered any shotgun ammo online? Walmart seems to be really cheap with it, you know?
I mean, usually I'll just go to Walmart for that one.
I'll go to Academy. Because
I'll either go to Walmart or my Ace Hardware. Yeah. Sometimes I might pick some up when I'm at PSA.
Ace Hardware does not sell ammunition in Colorado.
Well, my local Ace Hardware does. So it sucks that yours doesn't sell guns and ammunition.
Some of ours do and some of ours don't here in Nebraska. It depends on the size of the store and just kind of the market. And I don't think there's any ordinances against it. I just think that maybe if they don't sell enough to justify taking up the shelf space, they don't. But yeah, when you told me about that, I was like, Ace carries ammo, but we also had, I don't know if you
I could do a video someday of me just walking in and looking at the guns
that'd be cool.
and the ammo.
Yeah, do it, dude. I'd like to see that.
A lot of our
while you're there, look for linoleum nails.
Okay, look for linoleum nails. Okay, I will do that for you, Squib.
What's that guy's name?
I got you covered,
their
buddy.
Advertisements. What's the dude's name?
In Academy's advertisements or what?
No, Ace Hardware.
I think his name is Ace.
No, the guy on the commercials.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware.
God damn it. Hold on.
I'm looking it up right now. Ace Hardware guy. So a lot of you don't even realize it, but yeah, you can get your ammunition at Ace Hardware. Like I said, your farm supply store.
We're talking about Lou Manfredini.
I don't know. I thought he was like a football dude from back in the day. Like an announcer.
Madden?
Guy. Yeah, that's totally it. It's Madden.
Oh, it's John Madden and John Madden?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he used to do Ace Hardware commercials.
Yeah,
Right.
Come on down to Ace Hardware. We'll get yourself some liquid nails to put on your linoleum.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
The happy, helpful place.
No need for linoleum nails.
Okay, so, Nice Strike, I got to ask you, Nice Strike, since you were just at PSA not too long ago, there's some stuff in the chat or somebody saying that PSA was really expensive in the retail store in Greenville. Is PSA's ammo a lot more expensive in store than what you're going to find online?
Sometimes, and this is what you guys don't understand, okay? We don't have Cabela's. There's like only one Cabela's in the entire state. and that's in the Greenville area. You'll find a Cabela's there. But overall, PSA in most of the eastern and central part of South Carolina is our go-to. So we don't go to Cabela's, we go to PSA.
Yeah.
For just everything. And the thing is, some of the prices on in the store do not reflect what's online because of shipping and what it costs the store to get a hold of it. Because the stores don't always get stocked by the warehouses in Columbia where you buy all the stuff online comes from. Sometimes the stores have the stock directly shipped from the distributor to the stores. So that's why there's a price difference.
Night Strike, what's the PSA in that I went to? Somerville.
You went to the Somerville PSA.
Yo, that one is the greatest thing.
That one is my favorite compared to the one that Ellis works at, and I'm not going to tell you which one that is. Compared to that one, the Somerville one is like 3 times larger, has a bigger range, has a fishing and hunting stuff as well. It has they sell accessories as far as shirts and whatnot, and your 511 tactical pants and clothing. They sell it all.
Yeah,
and then they sell all the guns, and then they have aisles for scopes. And whoever said that they still aren't selling Tannerite, PSA said we are still getting Tannerite in stock.
Yeah, I was tempted to buy some when I was there.
You could have, and we could have shot it off in the backyard.
Oh man.
Thanks, Rick.
The sound of freedom.
How far are you from Lake City?
Huh?
How far are you out from Lake City? Like just mile-wise?
Where is Lake City?
South Carolina.
I thought Lake City was Utah.
Nope.
Lake City is Utah.
Nope. There's a Lake City in South Carolina.
Well, there could be.
But
that's not the same. That's not the same company that makes the ammo, though.
No. That's the actual city.
I'm about an hour and a half down I-95.
So you are heading up instead of going across?
I am down 95, so
down.
You go west and you go down.
Yeah.
So I'm like between Charleston and Beaufort, okay? Because I'm
off from there.
He lives in the woods, man.
I live a little out there because
Bueller.
the Dems are starting to take over downtown Charleston, and I kind of like my guns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want socialism. I don't want to trade socialism and security for my firearms.
Oh, did y'all see Shaquille O'Neal saying like, "Hey, don't pass any laws against AR-15s because the bad guys won't turn theirs in"?
Yeah,
really.
You go, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Oh,
no, more and more people joining our side.
I always knew I liked Shaq.
Well, he's like an honorary police officer at like 3 different places.
Oh, he is. He's a police officer. He also came from the ghetto. So let's not forget that about him. He understands.
He understands that just because you pass all these laws to take away guns from upstanding Americans because you don't trust them doesn't mean the criminals are going to follow suit. That only punishes the people. The people that it's the beginning of the Constitution. We the people. So, anyways.
What kind of knife you got on you, Travis?
I have got the Kershaw one that Melvin sent me. This one, the Emerson designed Kershaw. I love this one because you got to be careful. Hey, there you go. Like, this is got little, when you pull this out of your pocket, it automatically deploys. It automatically catches on your back.
That's badass.
Well, you got to be careful because sometimes it'll fall out. If I'm like, you got to be really careful with it where you put it because it does like to, so that's what it's designed to do.
I went the cheap route. I went Tech Force from Amazon. And some of the, like, if you get a Tech Force knife, you got to be prepared on which one you get. Because they are crappy. They can be. But this one, it locks pretty well. It's got the little thing on the bottom. And it came
glass breaker. You got the seatbelt cutter and stuff. Yeah.
I think I gave $40 for this like 2 years ago, and it's held up pretty good, dude. I mean, it's
mine's
actually
been solid, man. I beat mine up good.
If you look closely, there's a little bit of rust on the blade, but that's from me not taking care of it. That's not from the blade being bad.
It's all that Colorado snow.
Yeah.
All that Rocky Mountain spring water you get on there. No, that's now I don't have that with me when I'm at work. Obviously, I can't have a weapon on me at work, unfortunately. But Yeah.
I'm not
trying to
supposed
think,
to.
have we covered most? Okay. The 22 ammo, CloverTac did a really good test on the CloverTac, he did a good test on 22 LR when he ran it through a bunch of the GSG was like kind of an MP5 style rifle, and that was kind of interesting seeing the performance of some of his ammo. Because let's talk 22 for just a little bit here. Do you guys all have a preference for 22 LR if you shoot it? What works for you, what doesn't? I've had mixed kind of results. I tend to stick with CCI. Just in general, it seems to run well through about everything.
So
For me,
real
not so
quick,
much like Remington Golden Bullets and stuff like that.
so
Yeah,
real
I
quick,
use
I'm
CCI.
going to make my answer real quick. I don't have
Yep.
a 22. So
Okay, no, that's fine. You guys that do shoot 22.
Don't listen to him then. I'm bad. I get whatever's on sale. So if Federal's on sale, even the hollow points, I'll get those. Which,
Yeah.
believe it or not, some have been on sale. The hollow point 22 long rifle has been on sale cheaper than like the Remington Thunderbolts that I normally get.
Yeah, probably because was it Walmart or what?
Walmart, yeah.
Yeah,
So
because they're probably sitting on stocks of it now that nobody's buying 22 anymore.
I can get like a box of 500 for like $19.99
Yeah,
or $18.99, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting one of those.
I have good luck with the Federal Auto Match. I haven't had a lot of trouble with it, but
and I also get I get a Gila too if I can get it. Not at Walmart, I get that at PSA. But again, I love to use primarily just good old Remington Thunderbolt because it just works.
Yeah, Thunderbolt's
go ahead.
I don't like the bucket of bullets though that you can get. I think it's Remington makes it, just the cheap 22 that they make. My 1022 does not like that stuff. I don't know if it's dirty or what, but like you start shooting it, and every magazine you get at least one failure to feed or something.
My Savage 64 will take anything.
I know if anybody buys any of the GSG guns, they can be kind of finicky. I think they tend to perform more of a higher velocity or more powerful round. Like if you get a GSG Firefly, or if you get like the German sport guns like MP5s and stuff. And again, a big part of it too is you've got to keep those guns clean too, because you get a lot of carbon fouling from shooting 22. Whether you got a 10-22 or even just like a bolt action or whatnot, semi-automatic rifles. A big part of it is just keeping it clean, getting all those little brass shavings out of there too. I don't know
powder and stuff. Yeah.
Some of the bullets have kind of a wax coating on them, like the CCIs do, and I'm not sure if I can't remember what the reason was for that. That's supposed to help something load more reliably or something. I can't remember what the deal was with the wax coating, but that's something that's kind of odd with almost mini mags or stingers that have them on the bullets themselves. So, Artisan Tony was saying that he hasn't had any real issue with any particular brand at all. Tony says most of the trouble with the 22 is the gun, not the ammo. CCI standard velocity works great. Suppressed and unsuppressed auto match is my second choice. Yeah, Rolling Tripper, I agree with you on that. That's the Federal, right? Federal auto match seems to be a really good ammo. Around here, it's like 325 round boxes for like $20 or something. You pay a little bit more for, but that tends to be a good 22 long rifle. Anybody know how the new Taurus 22 handgun is doing? EDC Dragon 45. I want you to check out Gizzard Gary's channel. He's been doing a long-term test on the TX22. He's had mixed results with it. I think he's had some magazine issues with his, but he's tested it with lots of different brands of ammo, put a lot of rounds through his. And it's been, for a new production gun, I think it's been pretty good for the most part. I was hoping it would perform better just because of how much they hyped it up and how much they claim to have tested it. But, and again, I would say on something like that, you might want to make sure that you're running a fairly stout round through it. I blame 22 Plinkster for making 22 LR cool. There's a comment up here earlier. The Juice says we found out the 22 LR shortage was due to the hoarder in Bel Air, California. Was he a hoarder or was he a collector? I guess in the end he was actually doing things illegally, right? Or not?
We don't know yet, but that's what the things are saying.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like he was doing illegal gun sales, but I don't know. But again, it could have been one of the little red flag laws that gave law enforcement the ability to just go in and go on his property and take his stuff. So, I'm trying to think, did we miss anything on the ammo? What are you guys have any other favorite brands out there? I know other than Reloading, what seems to run well for you?
When it comes to 308 and not 223, but 6.5 Creedmoor, Sacco does a really good job for hunting loads.
Oh, okay.
Sacco out of Finland.
Okay. Oh yeah. I've not had good luck with. I do like Remington core locked in general, but I've not had good luck with it shooting very accurately through my my Mossberg Patriot. I need to get something a little bit better for that. It's really inconsistent. I mean, I like core locks in general. I mean, they run great through my 30-30, and they're pretty accurate. So Remington core locks seem to be good. You know, on a budget, it's going to get you by. Now, one thing, too, to ask about, black powder supplies. Black powder rifle reloading supplies. What do you guys do for that? I always see my Walmart marking it down at the end of the season. They just give this stuff away. The slugs and the little powder discs that you can buy and all that fun stuff. Any of you guys have a black powder rifle or shoot black powder at all?
I've got a black powder revolver, and I go to Walmart for it because they've.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just go there. You don't have to pay shipping for anything. They've got the primers, they've got the powder, they've got the projectiles, they got the patches, and then.
Do you check prices at all?
I mean, it's really not that much money, and I don't.
Competitive? Yeah.
I don't shoot it often enough to be like, oh, I need to find the best deal I can on 12 pounds of black powder. Like, no, I actually don't have any right now, but.
Yeah. Oh, I got you because you're using that. Yeah, I did have a black powder rifle for a while. I had a Connecticut Valley Arms, the CVA 50. I think it was a 50 cal, if I'm not mistaken. But I only had it for a short period of time and didn't really get into it much. But the Walmart always seems to be like a pretty good place to go for those supplies. I'm sure most of your shooting places have the same. Most of your farm stores and stuff have a pretty good selection. But
44 caliber.
Yeah,
I like this thing, man. It's fun to play around with. My dad used to have a wall hanger when I was a kid that was all engraved like this. So,
what is that again? What's what brand is that, or which?
It's Pedersoli, I believe, and made in Italy. It's just it's a repro. It's an 1861 Colt Navy clone, I believe.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a 44 cal black powder cap and ball revolver. I actually got it. I bought it from a gun shop that was closing down for $80 because they had it as a whatchamacallit, so people can look at it and play with it. What do you call that? Like a test thing? Not really for testing because no one shot it, but it was just out on the counter.
Like an expo?
Yeah, like that. I don't know. There's a word for it. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Rich White says Winchester Stinger 22 LR is the one brand that my Henry Classic 22 has had issues with. Got numerous failures to fire with that ammo. Wow, their primers seem to settle to a given area more. Interesting. Somebody had mentioned like in Blazer Brass. I've fired Blazer ammo before. It's been okay. I've only fired it in 40, but let's see. Federal Fusion 223 is pretty dank for hogs. Okay, so that's one to stay away from then. Let's see. Display model demo. I gotcha. Yeah, a few people commenting on there. So, anything else about ammo, guys? Anything else you want to mention at all for just buying? You know, just in general, where you guys go through, where you pick it up? Any other comments at all, or not? You guys good to go?
Does anybody know how to make your magazines like not suck?
Take off the base plate, stretch out the spring, put it back together.
You're talking on Glock, AWAG?
No. I got their police trade-in SIG P226 and 357 SIG magazines, and they have the little stamp that says restricted for law enforcement on them.
Yeah, kind of pre the ban era.
And they're just really soft springs.
I mean, you can order a new spring kit, or you can just take the base plate off, stretch the spring out, and then put it back together, and it'll be. It's not a permanent fix because eventually it'll get compressed again, and you'll have to do it again. But it'll work for a while like that.
Hey, Wag, we got a question for you. The word dank, doesn't it usually mean like Kingpin was saying he thinks it means that it's good? I don't know. I thought dank is not. Yes. I thought dank is like ghetto or ratchet or something.
No, dank means that it's like
good.
It's like
no.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary.
That could be a
What is the
positive thing.
definition? I hear students using it and stuff, and
they're usually using that in reference to dank memes.
Yeah.
see, disagreeably damp, musty, and typically cold.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
That is the actual definition of the word. Sounds like kids have gone and perverted the English language yet again. Good job, kids.
Dank.
Okay, you gotta look on Urban Dictionary.
Dank is a term for marijuana. It means the best marijuana. It's super dank, and then people extrapolate that word into other things. Like dank memes, or that's dank, or
another way of saying awesome or cool.
But what they're implying is the best stuff smells the worst.
Yeah,
Right. It smells dank. Right.
and it actually is true.
Well, no, this says.
So by
great
that
can-
logic, skunky beer is the best.
Oof.
Now there are
Skunky
people
beer.
that actually make skunky beer.
Well, you got
That's
your
all
lagers
purpose.
that tend to be like that. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's just the nature of the fermentation. But
And I don't
dank LOL has been around since the early '90s. Out here in the middle of Nebraska, it takes a while, juice, for stuff to get out to us. Yeah, there's other people say that unless somebody hears it on a song, like it'll show up 5 years after everybody else has been using it. So, let's see here.
So if I hear my 18-year-old use that as an adjective, he's not talking about it being somewhere down in a cellar or something. He's actually saying it's good.
Guys, dank has already been outdated. Now the juice says now it's loud. Loud is the new dank.
Yeah,
No, loud is outdated.
You smoking some loud right now?
Okay, so what's newer than loud? What are all the kids saying these days?
Well, it used to be Kind Bud, right? And then they started calling it KB, and then it was just Kind, and then it became dank, right? That is the evolution of the term for good marijuana in Colorado since the early 90s.
Okay.
So right now you still have loud, right? And then you have fire.
Yeah, fire. That's a new one. Fire.
Yeah, that's the one that all the kids are going for.
That's what they're saying now.
But it's in between loud and fire. But it's not just fire, right? You got to put some stank on it.
Fire.
Fire.
See, okay, first it was cool, then it was radical, then it was awesome, then it was slamming.
So you forgot sweet. And then we had mad
Yeah,
tight.
sweet. Yep.
Tight. And
Yo,
then
slamming was my word, man.
It was popular for a while there.
Yeah, you just don't have the hard R at the end.
Night Strike is lit. I'll tell you that right now. Look at that guy. Look at
Or
that.
maybe
Look at
somewhere between cool and radical was groovy,
There we
maybe.
go.
that. Yeah, he's showing off his Palmetto State Armory patch. There you go.
So I found
Yeah.
out what was making my
That
magazine
patch
suck.
is lit, Night Strike.
They sell them.
an
They
extra
sell them at
round.
PSA for $3.99, so I picked one up.
Gnarly,
There
bro.
you go. There you
Gnarly.
Cowabunga. I like the stuff you guys are. So Tacos and French Fries has a question for you, Honda. How is it that he knows all this? I said he's got kids and he lives in Colorado. You can't get away from it.
I mean, I'm 37 and I'm from the state where marijuana comes from these days, so I
Of
should
course,
say-
you know.
AWAG never answered. AWAG, what's the new word for loud? What's newer than loud since loud is already outdated?
Fire.
What's that?
Fire.
You just AWAG, is that what you said? Fire? Well, we'll just pretend it's fire then. Like you say that's fire? That's what you say?
No. I got some fire.
I got some fire. Okay.
Yeah,
I got
yeah, no hard R. No hard R.
fire. Oh, that's what you were saying with the no hard R's. Okay. And
Right.
that's
Well,
a reference for
It
marijuana.
applies across the board, like,
For pod? It's a reference for pod now or what?
Some
Yeah.
good stuff. Not
Yeah,
good.
you got some
Okay.
fire?
So it's like chronic. It's like chronic.
Yeah.
Okay. The 90s is coming back to me now. Okay, I can make it. We made a connection.
And then,
All right.
but then you also have
I got it.
sometimes you don't want to have that. Sometimes you want to have some Reggie.
So that's like ditchweed?
No. It's still good. It's just not. It's not on that level.
So Adam, how do you know all this? You're like, no, I've got fire. No, I got some Reggie. I got some.
What happened was
Uh-huh.
Very behind it now.
I have some people that
There's a lady involved in this one. Go ahead,
I
continue.
know some people.
I know some people that actually sell some things when
Were they in the
then.
cartel?
That's all we need to know. That's it. That's it. Oh man. So all right, guys. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. We're just kind of going off into the rabbit hole of the way children speak these days, and that's a whole different podcast. So I think
This
what we'll do is go ahead
podcast
and
was
let,
dank.
what's that?
This podcast was dank.
Dude, it was fire.
I would say it's lit. This podcast was dead this evening.
we
It
still
was,
use that one too.
this podcast was
Wait.
double barrel. It was double
Do
barrel.
they still use legit?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. This not legit.
Okay, this podcast was legit.
Yeah, that's a common one. That's still well. At least the kids here still use legit. Yeah, that's legit.
Okay, good.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
All right. So, anywho, guys, gentlemen, all right. I want you all to everybody take care here. Let's let everybody kind of say a few final words before we close this one out. So, Adam, we're going to start with you this time. Anything you want to say before we go, bro?
Make sure you smoke your fire.
Oh my God. All right. There you go. Words of wisdom. Anything else, Adam?
No, actually, go do the challenge, get our voices out there, and shout on Midge.
There you go. There you go. Make sure you guys check out Adam Jimenez's channel, and you can check out that 2-way challenge and be a part of it. I did my video for it. It really wasn't a big deal. It was a big deal. It was awesome to do, but it wasn't hard for me to do. You do it from your phone and just record it on your phone in 30 seconds and post it and get the word out there. So, yeah. All right. AWAG, moving on. Anything you would say before we call it, bro?
Make sure your magazine springs are installed the right way up, because I found out that's what was making mine suck.
So that officer that cleaned him before you didn't know what he was doing, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
Man, that's stank.
Surprise, surprise. An officer doesn't know what he's doing.
Hey.
Oh, now, come on now.
Hey, that could have gotten him killed, man.
Look, I'll do a YouTube
Hell,
video
that
on
could
it.
have gotten me killed.
Yeah, there you
Probably
go.
why he sold it. He was like, "This gun doesn't work anymore," and he just sold it for cheap.
This gun doesn't work anymore. I don't know what I'm doing with it. So I'm going to sell it.
Probably. Now, nicer or AWAG, do you have the tension back in the mags now?
Yeah, it's all good. I done got cleaned my SIG, so it's all nice and super lubricated.
Is it lit? Is your SIG lit?
It has a light on it, so it can do the litting.
No, is it down? Is it legit?
Nah, it's a tank gun.
You feel me?
Nah, it's a ghetto
I'm trying to
blaster.
talk to this kid. It's really not working. So, all right.
It's
I
a
thought
ghetto
mine was
blaster.
a ghetto
It's all
blaster.
good.
But okay.
It's all good. All right. All right. Honda, anything you would say before we go?
Thanks for the invite, man. I mean, it's
no problem, man.
It's always fun coming on and talking to you. You seem like a great dude. I guess I'll find out in person here at the end of next month when I get my Remington R1 1911 and get whatever the hell you decide to get. And
all right,
we'll go shoot some 4.5. It'll be lit.
Here we go. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lighted. It's gonna be lat.
It's gonna
maximum litage.
I don't know. Don't watch this episode for grammar knowledge. I'll just say that right now.
Grammar knowledge.
We want you not to be dumber after watching one of these episodes than before you started. That's not the
I
idea.
don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Yeah, it says the guy that spells strike with a Y. Okay, so
Hey,
you started it. You started. I ended it.
No.
Go to your room.
So Travis, when Night Strike
you ain't even my real dad.
You don't know that. DNA tests are not back yet. Adam, what's up?
So you're gonna shave your beard when Night Strike shaves his?
I don't know. I was maybe thinking about doing something weird with it. Maybe go like Lemmy from Motorhead or something, or maybe just leave some massive lamp chops for the weekend. I don't know. I might be doing a little trimming just to give everybody a heads up. You're going to be triggered. I'm sure you will. But I like to take it off and let it grow back, and then just kind of give it some time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. No promises. No promises. So all right, Kingpin, David Bowling. Any closing words, bro?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always a good time. Put out in the chat a link to a really cool new gun channel. 13-year-old kid named Connor. His channel's Guns with Con. So follow the link, go check him out, give him some advice, and help him along the way.
We need to get parental permission to have him on the show.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 13-year-old kid, so don't be jerks.
Dude, I work with them all the time.
Night Strike.
They're all jerks. Trust me. No, I'm just kidding.
Very funny.
Nah, they're good kids. They're good kids. All right, man. So David Bowling, thanks for being here, man. I do appreciate it. It's always good to have you with us, and it's awesome stuff. So, all right. Night Strike. Any closing words, bud? Anything you want to say?
I'm just messing with my camera settings right now. Let's see if it works now.
Your camera's not lit. Rich White says Travis will open next week's show singing Ace of Spades. I've got the potential to do this really crazy with this. Ace of Spades. That's awesome, man. I love the thing anyway, so yeah, I wouldn't put it past me.
Night Strike, it was working. I don't know what you did with it.
I don't know what it did with it either.
Did you pee on it?
Oh,
They say no
There
pee
it
on the
is.
fridge,
There
but
it
they.
is.
Oh,
Hello.
are you in your kitchen?
There you go. Look at that.
I'm in my house. By the
That
way,
beard is amazing,
I'm Batman.
Dude. There you go. There you go. You're Night Man.
I think you probably be
Nah,
a
he's
better
the black
Batman
man.
Oh, now, whoa.
Whoa, that's racist.
BLAT. Come on, people. He
What?
goes blat blat with the gun. Come on.
So,
I have no idea what you just said, AWAG. I don't understand a word that just came out of your mouth.
Travis.
Yeah.
I went in against the beard off with you. I'm telling you right now, I win.
Dude, I can't even compete with that beard. That thing is fantastic. That's not a beard. That's a mane. You've got a mane.
So Nice Strike does have a good like long beard, but it's not as shaped as yours there, Travis.
I carve it. I spend a lot of time trimming it.
I'm going for the Grizzly Adams. I want the natural woodsman look. Travis wants that groomed look.
That Grecian, that box of Grecian coloring stuff. That's what you see on the boxes. So anything that's a straggler, I just nip it off. That's it. Just do that. Just kind of carve it up. I kind of.
I'm testing out a webcam I found in a bunch of in a parts box I've got.
In a dumpster
Of hard. No, I've got a box full of miscellaneous hardware I don't even use that I've gotten from friends, family, and even from customers that just wanted to throw it out, so I took it off their hands.
Hey, Nice Strike, can you fix a laptop for me? I bought it at a yard sale for $20 and it doesn't work.
I can probably fix it.
All right, and last but not least, waiting patiently, Squib. Any closing words of wisdom, Squib?
Well, tomorrow at 7, normally Budget Guns and Gear Review does Right of the People, but he's had a work schedule change, so I'm not sure when he's going to be doing the show. But in place of that, if you guys go check out the Liberty Doll channel, she's doing her first live podcast tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, so maybe that would be a good fill-in in case you're used to having a show Fridays and we're not there. So I'm not exactly sure what day we're going to be, what time Budget wants to do the show. That's what I get for missing staff meetings. So,
is Liberty Doll going to be putting her stuff over on Gun Channels too? Is she set up to go over there or not?
No. As far as I know, it's just on YouTube for right now. But
probably Gunstreamer and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's on Gunstreamer as well, but Gunstreamer's not doing the live streams yet, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like I said, I primarily stick with YouTube, and then
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. And then don't forget tonight we've also got. Is Sarge going to be on tonight? It's either Sarge or
Obnoxious will be doing it.
It's either Sarge or that ugly guy in that orange shirt.
Obnoxious one. If you're listening to this and I didn't invite you, I'm pretty sure I did. But if I did, you need to just hit me up with an email during this show because I want to. I'm trying to rebuild an autofill list, so when I type in Night Strike's name, it automatically
full auto list.
25 people. Yeah, the semi-full automatic list.
Whoa! Do you have a permit for that full auto list?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you got a license for that?
It's a ghost list, is what it is. So it's
it's a ghost list.
Dank Hellfire ghost list that auto fills, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. And then we've also got Yankee on tonight too, shooting left to center coming up.
Yep.
And then After Hours with Overtax should be on tonight too at 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. Yeah. Good stuff. Lots of good stuff tonight. All right. And then joining in over on the YouTube side, I did see David Bowling over there. And I don't know, my chat refreshed and you guys disappeared. But those of you that were over on Gun Channels, or not the YouTube side, the Gun Channel side, thanks for being with us tonight. I do appreciate you guys joining in over there too. I think Southpaw was also over there too. And then on the YouTube side, man, we had a lot of people this evening. We had the Juice, we had Political Ben 83, we had Midnight Range TM, Artisan Tony with us, Blue Steel 44, Rich White, E Honda Tacos and French Fries. I'm going to have to do a tacos and French fries tabletop review. There's no way around it. Adam Jimenez was out there and with us too. Again, the Juice. Kingpin out there also and with us this evening. Jumpy was with us. Thank you, Jumpy, for joining in and watching. Let's see. Dew Walker was out there. SS Pawn was out there. WB. He says, what about Cowabunga? Yeah, I forgot about Cowabunga. That's a good one. That's a classic. Little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We had Gizzard Gary out there also. The Rolling Trip was watching. And if I didn't say it, Sandhills Shooter was out there driving, so he can't type. Sandhills, it's all good, buddy. And EDC Dragon 45 was watching. Thanks for checking us out this evening. And I think that's about everyone. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody.
I was out there.
Whites, AWAG was out there. Travis T. Sketchy Rolls with us. Again, the usual viewers, right? Those that like to hang out all the time with us.
The usual suspects.
And usual suspects. Yep. Snob's Wife 76 was out there too.
Travis P11 was out there.
Travis P11 was out there. Unfortunately, way more than he probably should have been.
That guy.
No, I know.
You know who
Dude,
else
he's
was out there?
He's so
Night
freaking
Strike
overrated.
1 was out there.
Let's see. Calaveras 32, SPCL. And I think that's pretty much about it. So if I missed you guys, I do apologize. Thank you. Oh, and Storm and Norman Gunworks, of course, LLC. Thanks for watching, guys. We should be back next Thursday. I'm kind of having fun with some of these buyer guys. We might just pick another gun and talk about it a little bit. But if you have specific topics that you would like us to cover on the show, just make sure you email me at, thecalibercorner@gmail.com. Just put the in front of Caliber Corner. Send me your messages, send your requests. We can have a show on it and talk about it. And I think we'll go from there. So otherwise, guys, this has been Caliber Corner episode number 94. Thank you for making it happen. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys get over to guntube.org. Support guntube.org over there on Patreon. Make sure you guys get your memberships to gunchannels.com. They're free. It's a fantastic community to belong to. Make sure you guys check out UGEtube and Gunstreamer also. Otherwise, I think that's about it. So thanks for joining in, guys. Have fun. Be safe. And we will talk to you soon.
Peace.
Stay dank.
As they say in Canada.
What do they say in Canada?
Peace out.
There you go. Adios,
Bye.
Felicia.
Adios.